Well, Kurt, you put the Novus FP N200 through its paces today. Let's just jump right into the review and tell us how it went for you. Model characteristics, build as advertised. We gave it a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, nothing to do. We literally pull it out of the box, charge the battery up, throw it in, and put batteries, 4 or 8 AA's in the transmitter, and you're off and flying. And I mean, I had no trimming whatsoever. I pulled it up indoors, right in front of me, and hovered it, and it was ready to go.
Good.
So, yeah.
All right, finish. We gave it a 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, it has a nice canopy on it, and really with a pod and boom helicopter, that's all you got to look at. It's a canopy. Now, with that said, though, there's also an all-metal head on this, which looks very, very attractive as well. So you've got the nice anodized aluminum. So you've got a good look. The heat sink on the tail rotor drive and stuff. So they did a good job. Nice thick and beefy tubes. Nice landing gear is pretty hardy as well. So the overall look of the helicopter looks in proportion. I'd say is sometimes when they get the smaller ones, they look a little out of proportion. They have little stick legs or stick landing gear on them or skids, and they did a good job on this.
You sold me. You sold me.
Yeah, I'll say this one right here.
I bet you will. Power 4 out of 5.
Yeah, it had plenty of power. It's a brushed DC motor, but it still had plenty of power. The thing I liked about it too is the ESC has a really nice wide range. So the RPM range is real generous. You can take it and just slowly spin the rotor. I mean, about that fast. It just very slowly turns all the way up to full throttle. So having a lot of steps at the lower end or having a lot of steps throughout sometimes can make it feel a little strange. I was just surprised at how smooth the power delivery was with it being a brush, DC motor. So it did a good job.
Ground handling 5 out of 5. Now, of course, it doesn't have a steerable tail wheel on it, and the landing.
This isn't a fixed wing.
And those floats, I don't think are going to do well on water.
It's pretty much just what the hover's like, pulling it up in the ground effect and bringing it back in the ground effect and bringing it down. Very cooperative, very, very cooperative. Like I said, I brought it up inside my house, popped it off, and it just stayed right there. Yeah. So it was very, very smooth and very tolerant.
Durability, you gave it a 5 out of 5. Now, this is where I can kind of chirp in a little bit.
Yeah, well, and why did we have a durability test?
Because you crashed it.
Why did I crash it? Because I'm a bad pilot.
No,
because we were flying in 7-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, adverse conditions.
It's not meant for that.
Actually, I was quite surprised at how well it did hold up. Anytime you take a helicopter on its side, on a hard surface, such as we did today, you can always kind of just cringe and think, all right, what do I have to replace?
Yeah.
And this one actually, it's almost as if right before it hit, somebody stopped the action, took the rotors and folded them back and then laid it on its side. That's exactly what it looked like.
That was intentional. I did that. It was,
it's a button you put on
switch.
it?
Yeah, it's right there. Switch.
Is that next to your tail slide switch that I installed for you?
Yeah.
No, but actually we were quite surprised. And then you ended up getting caught in the wind again. Just ran out of, we'll just say you ran out of stuff.
Nothing with you. You're getting a lot of wind, and the only thing you've got to change, to give yourself the authority you need for pitch, for attitude adjustments, for pitch angle adjustments, is more power. And more power when you're already going forward in wind, it's limited. I was trying to fly it like a CP, and it just didn't quite work out. But it flew really well, and unintentionally, I mean, today we knew it was going to be tough to fly a little FP.
This time of year, where we're at, you're subject to the weather. You really are.
And I think that's the viewers do too. And we all get the bug. We go out and fly when we're not supposed to, and it held up to it really well though. So it got a high mark on durability.
Yeah, it did.
You usually don't test it quite like that.
No. Well, let's go to pilot experience. Maybe you can redeem yourself a little bit. Flight as advertised, 4 out of 5.
Yeah, it did a really good job. It's more of a calm wind flyer, and we really, the only thing we have to compare this to, and we don't like to compare models, but is within its own family. They discontinued the Novus 125 FP and have come out with the Novus N200 FP. So this is definitely the product replacement in that class. Now this is a little bit bigger than a 125. I didn't know what to expect from its forward flight capabilities, and really that's what you've got to deal with here. And I can tell you, in about 5-mile-an-hour winds, I literally was full cyclic forward, getting any forward movement. It almost felt like a coaxial when I was facing into the wind. So I bumped the trim up a little bit, gave myself a little bit more authority. Then you get in a situation where, with the wind compounding on the fly bar, the counterweights, along with having that additional cyclic throw, I was actually banging the canopy on some of those turns with the counterweight. So we've got a couple little scarf marks on our canopy from that counterweight smacking it. So
It looks like a windshield wiper.
Yeah, exactly.
Windshield.
It's not really good for real windy conditions. You want to take this on a calm day. Now, with that said, on a calm day or calmer day, when we had some breaks in the wind, it handled crosswind extremely well. It was very much in control. The tail felt very snappy on it. It's a non-adjustable gain on the headlock gyro, so there's not a whole lot you can do. It from the electronics, it self-compensates as best as it can, and it did a good job. I mean, I got a little bit of wiggle once in a while, but never anything that was wag and was out of control, and then it would calm right back down. So overall, I was really impressed for the simplicity of the design. If you look at it, it's like there's like 8 parts in the whole helicopter. It's very, very basic design. It flew well. It flew well. It flew as an FP should. Someone transitioning from coaxial to a fixed pitch helicopter, there's your bird. I mean, it does a good job.
All right. Well, flight time, you gave it a 5 out of 5.
Ridiculously long flight time.
It was a very long flight time.
Flew, did dumb stuff, refilmed and reflew, and we were still running on the same charge battery.
Considering you were pretty much at the extreme end on a lot of the inputs.
Oh, yeah, and I was really hammering at throttle trying to fight that wind.
Yeah.
We got a solid 8-9 minute flight out of it, which in helicopter world is good. So.
And you still had time to...
I still had battery. I still flew it inside the building.
Yeah, you still had time to hot dog through the front door and land it in the building. That was pretty good.
You have to.
Well, of course.
I had to redeem myself after after the FP chicken dance. Yeah.
Field size, definitely a park, large side yard.
Yeah, while you can fly it in your living room, it's definitely a bigger helicopter. You're going to want to fly it out in your side yard or a local
Give it
park.
some room. If you want to just sit and hover, then you can do it inside the garage if that's all you're going to do.
Yeah, and as always, keep it away from people. Even though it's a micro, those blades can do some damage, especially to eyes and stuff. So little kids, keep them away from people. So
portability, 5 out of 5.
It literally pops right back in the vacuum molded plastic shell and off you go.
Skill level, you've got it marked as beginner to intermediate. Explain that just a little bit.
Well, exactly where an FP should be, where a fixed pitch helicopter should be, is between beginner to intermediate. Beginner is truly beginner. You're getting your orientation down. You're flying a little coaxial, and that's an important step. We still strongly suggest you start off in the coaxial space and get your orientation down. Now, the key too is just because you can fly the coaxial or you can make the coaxial go through the air doesn't mean you're flying it. It means you're
influencing it.
Yeah, you're constantly pushing forward and keeping it in a turn, and it's just flying around or it's hovering on its own. Truly putting that helicopter, that coaxial, where you want it to. You can nose in, you can tail in, you can side hover, you can strafe and move around objects. You can put it where you want it to, when you want it to. At that point, you're ready to advance to a fixed pitch helicopter like this, and you're not going to have a difficult learning curve at all. So very much beginner intermediate.
All right.
Well, that wraps up our review of the Novus N200. You can see the full review at our website at tobefly.com, or you can go to rcflightsource.com and pull down our mobile app, and then you have all of our information on the go, as well as some tools, several tools, and a field locator and a parts locator, and some cool stuff like that.
It's just us everywhere you go. That's the coolest part.
Yeah, absolutely. Pull up, take your voicemail, and check RC Flight Source. I'm Kurt with Two Brothers Hobby.
And I'm Rob. Thanks for watching.